Hello, my name is Liew. I am going to demonstrate the SSH protocol code. Uh, the code will divide to two parts. One is the remove command and another one is the file transferring. So both code we apply the authentication method, which is the password authenticate. So the SCP SCP download is the file transferring, and the SSH remove is the remove command. So before we start to authenticate the user, we need to authenticate the server. So why we need to authenticate the server? Because the server may attacked by the attacker, which may change the address and so on. So the client will connect to a wrong server or a attack server, then the important data may losing. So let's see how to use the code. For the SSH remove, before we are able to execute, we need to compile it with this command. So gcc ssh remove.c -o and the ssh remove, and the -lssh is the library, so therefore it can compile to a executable file. So for ssh remove, we need to input the hostname and port and the username. So hostname is the host address. So here I am going to connect to the local host, and which is the open SSH server that run in this Ubuntu server. And then the port is the default port 22, unless the uh, open SSH server setting is changed to maybe use other port for the security purpose. And then this is the username. So username is this, so we will connect with this user. So here, before we going to authenticate with password, we are checking the SSH server is no server first. So here is show the host no. This is because for this uh, client is connected to this server before, so therefore it will display the host no. So what happens if we remove the host file to this code? So let's see. It will ask you, it will say that the server is unknown and ask you, do you want to accept and remember for this host? So we need to input y, and then it will save to a new host file. If we enter other than y, for example we enter for the n, so it will stop the connection and there are nothing new host, no host is created. So if we press the yes, then it will create a new host no host file. So for the authentication password method, authentication user, we are required to enter the password. So for the password, here we are using a get pass function, and then the password will not display on the screen. So after we enter the password, then we are going to our remove command code and the file transferring code. So let us continue to the remove command part. For the remove command, we need to execute. We can able to execute a command to the server that we connect. So now we are connect to the local host on the port 22, and which is this server itself. So what we need to do is we enter the command that we want to execute. For example, we need to execute the list directory command ls. Then we can view the, after we execute the command, we send the command, then it will receive the result that returned by the server. So to verify it, we do the same command, and then we can saw the 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 folder names are listed same as the output that returned by the server. So therefore, this is how we we go to execute the remove command. Let's try another command, and then we can. So when the password is wrong enter, then the authentication will fail, then it will deny for the authentication for the login. So when we press the correct password, then we can log in. Then let's see the pwd, and this is the home directory for the server. So next we are moved to the STP download. For STP download, we need to enter the host name, the port, and the username. So we are connected, then we are authenticate with the password, enter the password, then we are start to we can press the enter the file name that we need to download. So here we are showing, so for the directory that we enter is, so for the directory that we enter is the home directory, and we need to enter the file name. So here is a test.txt file, and inside this file there are few words, and this is the content of the test.txt. So we enter the file name test.txt, then if the file exists, it will receiving the file, and this will display the file's name, the file size, and the permission of file will display together, and below is the content of the test.txt. Let's see what happens if we don't have the file. For example, we are enter the test1.txt. This file is not exist in this server. So when we try to searching the file and download the file, it will display an error message, and the reason is no file search file or directory. So that's all for the authentication method, the file transferring, and the remove command. That's all. Thank you.